Hello. I cannot say good morning because it is not morning. It is evening. So good evening. Happy Sunday. It's time to get real. Are you guys ready? How is everybody tonight? I'm still wearing a hat. Yeah, did not get to doing my hair. So yesterday I went to a football game and then went to then had family over, and then my niece and nephew asked to spend the night last night. And so Aunt Dawn cannot say no. She very rarely says no. So I did not say no. So they stayed the night last night. So I didn't really like get to, wash my hair, paint my nails, all that stuff I was gonna do. So still just keeping it super real with the hat. Get a collection of hats, people, and then you never have to waste time doing your hair. But and I didn't mind not, my night not going as planned because my niece and nephew, they're 10 and 7. I think Lola's 7. So my nephew Vincent is 10 and my niece Lola is 7. And when they ask you to spend the night and they know that their cousins are not even going to be home, it's just going to be you and they still want to spend the night, that's real life. That's like a chance to build your relationships. So you got to say, yeah, heck yeah. So we went and basically we played with the kittens, the 5 kittens that I have. Have I mentioned that I have 5 kittens that I need to give away? So if anybody's looking for a kitten, I've got 2 gone for sure. Maybe another one. It's a possibility. So if you want a kitten, they're super cute. I think I've got 1 male and 2 females left. And they're super sweet. If anybody wants a kitten, let me know. So anyway, so I had my niece and nephew spend the night last night, and then today I've done like got the rest of all the outside work done. So, and then a lot of stuff done in my house that I wanted to do. And I'm going to tell you, you can be so much more productive and I think so much more calm and so much more you can just get so many things done and just feel so much better when you have an environment that is tidy and neat and clean and kind of everything is in its place. And so I think that sometimes when we feel so disorganized and we don't know where to start, chipping away at things, it's because our house is a freaking mess. Clean up your house, clean up your yard, take pride in your personal space and your surroundings. It declutter, get rid of all the stuff you guys don't need. It's just such a great feeling. It's literally it's like, well, not literally, but it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders, and it just makes you so much lighter to do other things, to focus on other things. So I think that could be a real help for you guys to, um, you know, be productive and get things done. So clean up your house. It's worth the time. And if you keep up on it, just like everything else, it doesn't take that long. I mean, so go do that. Okay. All right, so it's Sunday, so I'm doing question and answer, just like on the fly. I had 3 questions this week. That's up, what, 300%? So I'd won the last week and now I have 3. So I'm excited about that. I actually have questions to choose from. And so I cut up all the questions and I put them in this little cup, and I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to answer it. No research on the topic. I don't even remember what the questions were. And then we'll do that. That's what we do on Sundays now, is just kind of a Q&A. So if you have questions that you want answered, go ahead and email them to me at reallifedawn@gmail.com or message them to me. And I prefer those 2 ways just so I don't have to go scrolling through the comments of the videos. So go ahead and email me or message me, and then I will hopefully pick your question. So, all right, so I'm going to just, not luck, I'm just going to pick a question here. Maybe if I can get it. All right, so this question is, all right, so the question is, what is the best way to get started on a healthy eating exercise plan, then stay motivated to stick with it? So the question is, what is the best way to get started on a healthy eating exercise plan and then stay motivated to stick with it? So, all right, get started on a healthy eating exercise plan. So, first of all, how do you get started? I think we covered this before, and it was you just take the first step. You guys, the first step is the hardest. If you just if you just say, okay, I'm going to do something, anything, and you pick whatever it is that you want to do for healthy eating and exercise, you have to just start. You have to take the first step. And I'm going to encourage you not to wait until Monday. Although tomorrow's Monday, so start tomorrow. But really, what is the best way to get started? So the best way is to start, because sometimes we just get so overwhelmed with choices of what eating and what exercise plan we should follow that we never get started. So the best way is just to start. Now, what eating plan do you start with? I really don't care. Okay, so that's where I think my opinion has changed drastically over the last 25 years experience of eating and exercise plans. I have been on everything from Weight Watchers, which at the time, when I started was called the selection plan, and it was you checked off how many, I think it was called carbohydrates, or maybe it was called breads, or I can't remember, but you checked off however many of those you had to eat a day and how many fruits and vegetables. You checked off the boxes as you ate them, and then you checked off the proteins, and you had optional calories. And so it was that plan at the time, and then it changed to, I think, the fat and fiber plan. You had to have so many grams of fat and so many grams of fiber. And then it went to, I think after that, it might have gone to the core plan, which was just eating all these like healthy, core foods is what they call them. And then I think it went to points, or maybe, but don't quote me on that order. And so now with Weight Watchers, they allowed and almost encouraged at the time. Now, anybody who's following Weight Watchers now, I don't know what the plan is now, so I'm not talking about now. I'm just talking about what it was when I was doing it. Um, it was, I don't want to say super diet mentality, because they did encourage healthy eating, but there was a lot of recipes being passed around that with fat-free, sugar-free, everything. That was the weight loss fad. So I'm going to say stop doing that. Number one. Okay. That's the best way to get started with any eating plan, is to not eat shit. Okay. Not eat artificial, manufactured, chemically altered foods. You guys, your body has no idea what to do with that stuff, and it makes you feel horrible. Okay. So ditch the sugar-free, ditch the fat-free, ditch the processed packaged foods. That's, I think, first and foremost. So I've been on Weight Watchers, then I did paleo for a while. I think I dabbled in keto for like 2 weeks, and I'm thinking anything that I'm eating more bacon than strawberries is probably not the plan for me. Then, I've heard of the blood type diet, and then was counting macros for a long time, macros and calories, which is, none of these things are bad. You're going to lose weight, okay? But it doesn't have to be that complicated, I guess, is the thing. So my general rule of thumb for you is to what to eat. If it has or had a mother, or if it grew from the ground, go ahead and eat it. Okay? So, I mean, what does that mean? Proteins, animal proteins, lean protein, fish, eggs. Those all were birthed by a mother. Okay? Or grew from the ground, your fruits and vegetables, and some of your whole grains, some of your starchy vegetables, so potatoes or rice, quinoa, those kinds of things. Your fats, all right, avocados, those kinds of things. Healthy, clean, whole foods that are minimally, if at all, processed. Those are the kinds of foods that I would eat. Now, if you eat those kinds of foods, chances are you probably don't have to count calories or macros. Really and truly. The things that we overeat, the things that get us into trouble, the things that allow us to gain weight, to store energy that we typically don't use up, It's the processed foods. It's the chips and Doritos and Pop Tarts and cereal and all those kinds of things that have so much added sugar and so much added fat and have, they're, GMO, genetically modified organisms, and they're all of these boxed and packaged fake foods that our body doesn't know what to do with, that they do taste delicious, okay? But they really alter our taste buds too. It's stuff that we weren't meant to eat, man-made things we weren't meant to eat. Stop eating those. That's my best advice to you. Don't eat that stuff. Eat your lean proteins, okay? And protein again is your meat, fish, eggs typically. I mean, there are other ways to get proteins, but we're talking generalities right now. So eat your lean proteins, your nuts and seeds, your fruits and vegetables, and your healthy fats. So healthy fats being, olive oil, avocado oil, avocados, nuts, those kinds of things. Eat that stuff. And in terms of like grains and starches and stuff like that, like I eat potatoes, sweet potatoes. Every once in a while, I'll have a tortilla. Like nothing is off limits, but I just don't eat a lot of the processed stuff. So lean meats, a little bit of carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, healthy fats. That's the stuff you should be eating. Okay. Um, Now, how much should you eat? You guys, do you know that we have um, a built-in portion control meter? Did you know that? It's called hunger. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Like, I know it is so, so, so simple. So simple. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. If you can do that, and if you just eat the foods that I just mentioned, you'll never have to go on another diet again, really and truly. Um, but the problem is we don't want to do that. We're always looking for like the quick fix or the magic pill or whatever. So I don't have an answer that you haven't already heard as to what is the best way to get started in healthy eating exercise plan. So my healthy eating exercise plan these days is just um, eat good, whole, clean foods, very little processed foods. I never eat fast food, like never. And then, I mean, pizza. I guess that's fast food. I'll eat pizza sometimes. And then eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Does that mean that I don't, cheat now and then? I hate the word cheat. Or, have a piece of cake. Like we went to that Main Street bakery in Romeo today, the kids and and I tried something there. It was good, but I ate a little bit and I was done. Um, so if you just do that, your weight is going to fall off of you. You won't be able to keep your weight on. There is no thing that you can eat like with abandon. It's just like I just want to eat. I'm just going to eat carrots instead of chips, and you just eat and eat and eat and eat carrots. Do you know that you're still fostering that behavior of overeating? You're not changing anything. You're just changing what you're overeating. That makes no sense. So we need to have a very different relationship with food, and we need to treat food as fuel, not as, diet, just like diet worthy or not diet worthy. This is what I eat when I'm on my diet, and this is what I eat when I'm off my diet. Can you imagine a life with no dieting? Think of the freedom of that, a life with no dieting. Okay. So I say start now, start slow. So change one thing at a time. I might just start with water, just drink water instead of pop, or just water instead of tea, or water, in place of some of your coffee or something like that. And then do that for like a week or two, and then add in, okay, now more fruits and vegetables, do that for a week or two. And then maybe start, cooking one meal at home, or let's say 4 meals at home during the week, and only 3 meals out, or whatever. But just start slow and build up and keep adding in those good habits until all of those bad habits are gone. And then she asked, and then how do you stay motivated to stick with it? Well, again, if you get results, you're going to get motivated by results. So if you stick with it, you'll get motivated by those results. But do you remember that video I did on motivation? Scroll back through all the videos on this page and find the one titled motivation, or go to YouTube and find the one titled motivation. Go watch that. All right, because that message was that you have to go out and look for motivation every single day. You have to go find motivation. You have to renew your motivation every single day. That can be anything from, writing a quote, right on your mirror. My favorite quote was always, "It is never too late to be who you want to be." So you can just write that right on your mirror, and read that every day. Put sticky notes everywhere. You're doing great. Just one step at a time. Whatever. You put that right on the ice cream. Don't eat this. Stick a sticky note right to that. There you go, right to the ice cream container. Um, but look for pictures. Keep pictures around. Keep if there's a pair of jeans you're trying to get into, to lose enough weight to get into those. Keep those hanging like outside your closet, right on your closet door, so you can see them every day. Um, Read books about health and fitness. Surround yourself with people who love health and fitness. Um, all these kinds of things. I listen to podcasts, and read. Just, you have to renew that motivation every single day. Oh, I know another thing. You could watch this video every day, or this page every day. So those are the things. You have to just go and find the motivation. It will never, ever, ever come to you. So what is the best way to get started on a healthy eating and exercise? Start now, start slow, eat good, healthy, clean food, and then stay motivated to stick with it. Go renew your motivation every single day. You can't have just one dose of motivation and it's going to keep you going. That's like saying I'm going to eat one salad and lose all my weight, or fill my gas tank up one time and that's going to get me everywhere I need to go forever. That makes no sense. Okay, so we definitely have to keep renewing that motivation. Okay, so that was definitely not a long story short. That was a long story long. Long answers. Um, and hopefully it helped a little, but I don't have a magic pill for you. I don't have an answer you've never heard, I always called myself a fraud. I'm like, I'm a fraud. I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. Okay? I'm just going to keep telling it to you so that you can start believing it and start doing it and start proving it to yourself. And I'll tell you it as many times as I need to. Okay? So keep those questions coming, and email me, reallifedawn@gmail.com. And then have a great evening. I get to go pick up groceries at Kroger, but gotta do what you gotta do. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.